So now, let me go on to the next slide. And from here on out, you're going to see slides from proponents of sustainable development. I love to use their particular slides because it's a lot more informative than my black and white photographs. In 1992, Agenda 21 was signed, and then we agreed to submit reports on a regular basis. And in 2002, there was a conference held in Johannesburg, South Africa. It was a celebration of what was signed in 1992. And this is a report from the United Nations database that anybody can go out there and look up. It's 156 pages long, goes into great detail about how we have implemented the tenets of Agenda 21, how much money we spent, and what associations of NGOs are involved in this. This is free information. All you have to do is just go out and look it up. Now, it is that there's going to be another conference this coming summer. I believe it's going to be in Rio again. And there is a call to make the 40 chapters that are called soft law in this Agenda 21 a binding treaty on all parties. So you can begin to look and see that this, and even though it's called soft law, it's still being implemented at the local level through various ordinances and other implementation processes. Now, this is the index page for the 2002 Earth Summit. When I punch the button, you're going to see a total of 9 slides go across the screen. The first 7 are going to have photographs of the opening ceremonies at this particular conference in South Africa. And you're going to hear a supposed wise man stand there and tell a very young group of people what is wrong with Mother Earth. Now, he has a very heavy accent, so I have printed what he had to say on the screen so you can follow along. Now, at the end of that, you're going to see 2 slides, and you're going to hear Colin Powell, who was then Secretary of State, stand and say that you and I have an enduring commitment to sustainable development. So, are you ready, sound guy?
Life began with the earth, then came the plants, the animals, and finally the human beings. Yes, we are all children of Mother Earth. That is why we must take care of her and be her custodians. She is the hand that feeds us and the heart that heals us. But I'm sad to say, we are failing. Greed and foolishness are eating deep into the fabric of humankind. We are failing to love and care for Mother Earth.
This summit has cemented a new vision of sustainable development. The Johannesburg Plan of Action consolidates our work plans into one common agenda that includes our best thinking on sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, President Bush and the American people have an enduring commitment to sustainable development.
Well, that was the national and international level. Now, this has a long history in this country that most of us are not aware of. The film that you're about to see now is approximately 5 minutes long. The individual that you're going to hear, it was at the time the Association of County Commissioners representative. She was also the county commissioner of Carroll County, Maryland. And she is going to talk about the 20-year history of the Association of County Commissioners implementation process. In Alabama, we have had the same process going on for, I guess, as long as Agenda 21 has been in existence. In Alabama, they are funded by taxpayers. We could, if we had the political muscle in Alabama, defund the Association of County Commissioners. You may want to look into that. That might be something viable. If we could just get one county to go down that road of defunding the State Association of County Commissioners, it would go a long way for the rest of us that want to do the same thing. So consider as you see this. Now, in the middle of this, you're going to hear her say that local government determines growth, development, and livability. That is not an understatement, because she absolutely means every jot and tittle of it. Now, I'm going to punch a button. This volume's a little bit lower, and it takes about 24 seconds for it to... I'm going to have to go over here and do this. It takes 24 seconds for it to come up, and I want you to notice that Senator Shelby is on the right-hand side. He is my senator. He has been apprised of this. He knows about sustainable development, as do all of the congressional delegation from Alabama. They refuse to speak to the issue, won't talk about it unless they are vilifying the people that are bringing the issue up. He bears more responsibility than Senator Dodd. We need to vote these people out of office.
NACO is the only national organization representing America's 3,068 counties, supports the Livable Community Act to provide incentive grants to local areas for regional planning around housing, transportation, environment, energy, land use, and health initiatives. Last year, NACO passed a resolution supporting your legislation. Rural, suburban, and urban counties have been pursuing local strategies to create livable communities and implement sustainable development for decades. NACO has worked to support our members in achieving sustainable development for more than 15 years through assistance on issues including smart growth and planning, sustainable economic development, and business retention. Priorities now include clean energy development and disaster recovery. In 2007, NACO began the Green Government Initiative, providing comprehensive resources for local governments on all things green. Planning for sustainable communities is by nature a regional effort, whether individually with neighboring jurisdictions or through regional councils. Counties have the primary role in planning and economic development decisions impacting and determining growth, development, and livability. Many rural and mid-sized counties would like to begin sustainable planning and development, but lack the resources to do so. The grants would be available to meet the needs of the counties to begin the process for sustainable development or for implementation, which is why this legislation is so very important. Carroll County, Maryland has a population of 175,000. We have created 3 LEED certified green buildings which are oriented for site optimum lighting and solar control, extensive stormwater management, geothermal systems, and the use of high recycled content materials. To reduce our carbon footprint, we invested in the purchase of hybrid cars for our fleet, as well as hybrid vans for our transportation system within Carroll County. Carroll County also participates in the Energy Management Initiative provided through partnership with the Baltimore Metropolitan Council, or the BMC. We are an active participant on the Regional Sustainable Council of the BMC, promoting coordinated policies amongst regional districts and jurisdictions to adopt alternative energy and sustainable plans. To preserve our rural history, we implemented an installment purchase plan for farm preservation, and this allows us to purchase development rights by leveraging our money so more land can be purchased at today's prices. To date, we have placed over 60,000 acres into permanent preservation on our farms, and our goal is 100,000 acres, which is 1/3 of our county. NACO continues to believe sustainability should be encouraged through a federal grant program, rewarding regions and communities undertaking sustainable programs. NACO believes all communities should be eligible for the program, and we support funds being set aside for a subcategory of all rural areas. Efforts at local and regional planning are hindered when federal funds are not granted directly to local governments. NACO appreciates the bill allows counties to receive the fundings directly, and I think that's most important. And so today I do thank you for the opportunity to testify. We appreciate the opportunity, Chairman Dodd, and